Hi, this is your Jokers on duty. This is the Gypsy Rover, and we're here on the search for ghosts. And I think I can. And the two twin headless headhunters are still getting close to the cabin. Stay tuned. Let you know this is our Halloween countdown too. Atreyu, where'd you go, bud? Atreyu? Oh no, somebody's gone. Atreyu, where'd you go? Oh no, what's that over there? Whoa, something jumping out of that area too. Come on, buddy, I ain't playing, man. Where are ya? Atreyu? Uh-oh, something's in the cabin. Something's coming in. I don't know. They're getting closer. They're getting closer. They're getting closer. I don't know, you better... Where'd you go, Atreyu, buddy? I don't know, I can't find you. I don't know, this cabin, I'm telling you, is really haunted, man. Oh no, I just heard something in the living room. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Who's there? I guess they're not speaking. Fireplace is still burning. Hope we don't lose our heads here. Well, the hoof prints are still going. I don't know, they might make it before Halloween. I hear them coming down the road. Trey, you better check the window, bud. Better go check the window. Put your head out the window. Gotta be brave. You're a warrior. We're counting on you, buddy. I'm telling you, this cabin's getting spookier. Wakes up every night. I don't know if they're gonna come into the cabin. They're getting closer and closer. Telling you, they're coming down that road. Maybe they'll make it right on Halloween night. Maybe they will make it before. Maybe we won't get to that party. Oh, the sounds are getting louder. Trey, you better start checking out the window, bud. I think I hear one of them talking too. No, not yet. They're on the Hunter Cabin Trail. They're on that Hunter Cabin Trail, dusty road. I can hear them coming through the woods. Better go, Trey, you better go check for that motorboat, bud. Peek out the window, see if you can see over the bay. I'll get you. Whoa! What was that? Did you hear that, Trey? Did you hear that, buddy? I heard something. I heard a voice. I'll get you, dude. Whoa. That's it. Hey, Trey, where'd you go, bud? Better lock the doors. Gypsy Rover, where are you? Uh-oh. Hey, man, that thing knows me by name. Tell you, I should not have ticked them off when I was a camper. What are you guys looking for? I hear you coming through the woods, but I don't see you guys yet. But I can hear yous. Where's our head? Whoa! I don't think I keep anything like that, man. I heard there was two of you. Oh man, I don't think this party here was such a good idea for Halloween night. I think we gotta move to another location. Out of our cabin. Whoa! Whoa. That's getting a little hostile, guys. I tell you, buddy, are you hiding, man? I don't know what you hide. Man, you run and hide. I don't know. How long are you guys going to be? Midnight, Halloween night, Tuesday, October 31st. Uh-oh. I'm telling you, they're coming. Those horsemen, they're out. They're on the hunt. Those headless hunter horsemen, Indians, they're on their way in. Is there any other ghosts here too? What trail? The Hunter Cabin Trail dirt road that comes up by the water plantation by Georgia Bay. Uh-oh. Oh no, they're coming. If you need to travel, travel by day, don't travel by night. We will meet up with you and get you. You are partying in our cabin. Uh-oh. Making their way in. Halloween's a coming. So is Devil's Night, and we're halfway there. I don't know. They're coming through. Gypsy, you remember us from Camp Northern Lights? We met up with you in the dark woods. Oh no. How old was I? You were 10 years of age when we seen you, when we banged into you. You went onto our cabin premises. Oh no. You had an overnight with your counselors and with all your campers. I don't think this is sounding good. Definitely don't think this is sounding very good. Remember Halliburton and Bob Cajun? That's where our main cabin is located. We are now taking over the hunter's cabin in Wyerton. Oh shit. Man. Well, we're on alert and we're watching you out for you guys. I may have to call the Ghostbusters. We'll take their heads too. Oh shoot! They're not powerful as we are. Oh no. How close are you guys? We need to know. We're getting closer and closer and closer. Oh no, they're getting closer. Our due time to be there is midnight on Halloween, on Devil's Night. Well, I thought you guys just said you'd be here midnight Halloween. We're trotting at 100 miles an hour. We're coming up through the backwoods, through Blue Water Park. Oh. So far, we can't enter the cabin. We can't enter till Halloween night, till all is asleep. Oh, great. So anybody that's all in this cabin with you, Gypsy, make sure they do not fall asleep because we will get yous. Oh no. They're coming. They're coming. I'm telling you, they're trotting their way in. Halloween countdown starting in. Man, I thought they'd be here. It sounds like they're gonna be here a lot earlier than Halloween. They'll be here to crush that Halloween party, I'll tell you. Are you guys still there? Can you still hear me? Can you still communicate with me? Yes, we hear you. Whoa! Oh shit, there was a real ghost voice in here too. Something's really waking this place up. Man. I've got 2 headless Indians, and then now I've got 2 headless Indian hunters, and now I've got another ghost. Just spoke up. Who else is here? I need to know. Who else is in this room? I just heard you. I'm talking to two ghosts as is, and another ghost just spoke up. This other one's a female. Definitely not my wife, I'll tell you that now. Headless Hunters, is there another ghost with you? Yes. Can you please tell me who it is? Who's another ghost that's entering this cabin right now? As you guys are approaching. The other ghost is the ghost of your deceased mother. Oh crap! Headless Hunters, why do you come for me? My mom died peacefully. No, she died when she passed on. She passed it on with hate and pain. She didn't think you cared for her. You guys did nothing but fought, argued. You did not show the love, peace, and positivity as a child. Oh shit. Oops, sorry. What do you mean by that, Hunters? We've been searching for you since Camp Northern Lights. The first time you heard our story, and we scared you. We made appearance, we revealed ourselves. We tried to snatch you then, but you were too powerful because you were surrounded by nothing but Catholic priests, and we cannot cross a Catholic priest. When I found your cabin, and I spotted your cabin premises, and we had the overnight on your cabin, at your cabin. You guys still haunt that cabin today, don't you? Yes, we do. Why? Because it's in the camper's code. It's also in the counselor's code. That cabinet, Hunter's cabin, is forbidden. Nobody is to camp or to sleep in this cabin. Neither in Bob Cajun or Wyerton. Well, Hunters, people bought your cabin, and it was rented out. We built these cabins with our own bare hands, and we want them back. So you're saying you always had your native claims on that land, on those lands? Yes, we do. Oh no. Oh no, this is not good. Why come for us? Well, they're not going to answer that question. I don't know. They're not going to answer that question for some reason. Why does my mother haunt me? Because you were a bad boy as a kid. You broke her heart. Oh crap! Oh no! Oh no! I didn't think this was gonna come back out. Oh no! Not really. I didn't leave home because of her. I left home because of the bullying in my neighborhood. So you mean these cabins are not safe for any vacationers or people to live, right? Hunters? Is why you're coming in? Yes. Why would you choose the Wyerton area, Hunters? What did we do to you? A story was told that should have never been told. And why was that story never been told? Because the priest that told you that our story was involved in the old cult. He was not a man of Christ. He was not a man of God. Like he proclaimed to be. He believed in scaring children. Hunters, can I ask you this question? At Camp Northern Lights, when I banged into you as a kid, and I first saw the apparition of yours, were you after me then? We were originally after the priest, but to get to the priest, we go after the campers. Why would you do that? Why should little innocent children suffer? Because of you demons, or because of you identities that like to haunt, that never made it to heaven. It's because we never had a soul. We did what you did. We had nothing but hate as kids. We couldn't get along with nobody. You do know that, Hunters, that it's too late to forgive. You're dead. We know. So you're suffering in pain. Yes. How much pain are you suffering? We have to deal with our guilt that we died of, that we died with, and all the hate took us to hell. Oh no. So you get even with a simple priest. Yes, that priest was not right to his belief. I always thought he was. No, he wasn't. Any priest or minister that can tell little kids ghost stories or horror ghost stories is not right before God. It's an abomination. It is opening a door to bringing us devils through. Means it leads his soul right to the devil. Gypsy, you almost went the same way. You almost came with us and could still come with us. So, if my mother is with you, does she have anything to say? She's with us. She felt everybody hated her and abandoned her. Oh, I never abandoned her. I always called her. I tried to get down to her. I couldn't. So why, after all these years, why would you come searching for me? Why wouldn't you guys leave me alone? You're dead, you're ghosts. I was a kid, I was 10 years of age. It was summer camp. But you did not go to a Christian camp. You thought you went to a Christian camp. The priest that ran that camp was, and today, is playing Christian, but he is not a Christian. Well, if he's not, what is he? I don't believe in putting anybody down like that. He is actually part of, he's part of a devil worship movement called the Old Cult and a Wiccan Square. Okay, Hunters, you're talking almost Freemason here. They declare to be Christian. So they say. But there is things to old traditions that Christians do not support. Why would you say that, Hunters? Because Halloween for years, before it was taken over by paganist rituals or Celtic rituals, was a Christian holiday. Yes, but when they believed in burning witches, that changed everything. Or tried to do away with all off devils, or they created their own devils, they created their own demons, they created us. They started a cult. Hunters, do you know when this cabin will go back to sleep? I mean, there's other people now living in this cabin that is no threat to you. I might have been at one time when I was a kid because I was scared of you. Because you frightened me as a kid. Well, you were a threat to us. Because once a horror story is told, it is released. What do you mean by released? So a priest told a horror story. No, he told a true story that really happened. Hunters, I have another question. Sleepy Hollow is just as bad as your story. And it really happened. So did ours. Ours was told. But Sleepy Hollows was told too. How come Sleepy Hollows made Hollywood? You didn't. Washington Irving was smart. He published books. He published it in books. He talked about it. He warned generations and generations of it. That this stuff, that you guys are real. And it happened at one time. And in this generation, it became a form of education. What happened with your story? It didn't make the books. No artist wrote about it. No artist put it in a book and never made the movies. Amityville was a real story. It made the books. It made all the headlines. You didn't. Yours was kept quiet for thousands of years, and was never told. Do you want, hunters, do you want your stories told now? Yes. Why would you want it told now? Sleepy Hollows is just as old as you, and you were out before. Your story was told for thousands of years before Sleepy Hollow was even told. It's because people didn't believe we even existed. Oh, there's something else moving. Something else moving in here. I just seen a shadow. So there's no stopping you hunters from coming in Halloween night? No. Are you gonna hunters? Are you gonna harm anybody in this cabin, knowing it is your cabin? We could. Okay. Tell me what I need to do, hunters. You need to stop the party. Why? It's Wyerton. We party. We go to karaoke. We like to have a few social times. What's so special about your cabin that we can't throw a party? Because it brings us out. It causes hauntings to continue because we are the heart of the cabin, of all hunters' cabin. Every hunter's cabin from Bob Cajun, Halliburton, and Wired way up through the Bruce Peninsula. We have a cabin on Manitoulin Island. We have a cabin in Wyerton. Yeah, I know you have a cabin in Wyerton. I'm in your cabin in Wyerton. So, I'm now 36 hunters, going on 37. I've survived this long. Why did you let me survive at Camp Northern Lights when you could have snatched me? When you snatched half the other campers? Out of all the campers that went missing, how come I didn't go missing? How come I was the one that got to live? Because you were too stronger than we were. Like we said, you were surrounded by priests. But you said you didn't like the head priest that told the story. No, we didn't like Bill Maloney. He was not a real priest. He was Knights of Columbus. They're all real priests. Anything that is a Masonic movement and violates the Christian belief is a devil cult. I never thought that. Hey, hunters, my grandfather was a Freemason. I resent that one. Why would you cut them down? Nowadays they're not like they were in your time. What did they do in your time? They started war, hate, and negativity. There was no love. There was nothing but racism. Hunters, before we close out, and I leave you alone for tonight, I still like to know why you haunt me, and how my mother ended up with you. When a lot of my family believes she went to heaven. No, she didn't. She didn't believe in God. She wouldn't go to church. Well, what's any concern to you? You guys don't believe in God. You guys didn't go to church. according to your story. You killed each other. You chopped each other's head off. So, how come you guys get away with a lot of negativity? I know you're just spirits, but all these years, why come searching for me? How come you didn't go searching for the bullies that used to bully me at camp? Why did you torture me all the time? You kept me up all night. I kept all the counselors up. I actually seen you. It's because you can see us. They can't. How is it I can see you? It's because most kids that age don't believe we exist. To them, it's just a story. When our story was told, it was told on reality. It really happened. And as a child, you're the only one that could have actually seen that. You got our attention. That's why we're so attached to you. Why would you be attached to me? I mean, what, you guys gay or something? not that I'm not against anybody like that, you know, or dead people that were are like that. No. You understand the spirituality world. You're not religious. There's a difference between being religious, being good, being Christianity, but also there's also a difference being just spiritual. You are just a spiritual person. You can see us because we allow you to see us. You believe the story was real. You brought us to life. Back to life. So, how would your story ever be written? I forgot the whole entire story when I heard it. How would that ever end up in a book? How would that look on a movie script today? How would your characteristic come out in a horror costume when nobody ever knows what you look like or what you used to look like? Only thing you have to remember, we were young kids at the time. We went off into the woods. We left. We used to do what you used to do. We used to party. We used to party in the city. We left the city. We went into the woods. We built a cabin. We did the same thing you did. We sat there and we drank. But it led into a different thing. What thing did it lead into? Wait. How it was told to us campers. There was two twins. You two twins. One came home, was drunk, and thought he was grabbing a broom to swipe you with, but he grabbed a double-edged axe and he chopped your head off. He took your head and killed you, and then buried your body, burned your head, and buried your body in the dark woods, Hunter's Cabin Woods, where the cabin was built. Then you came back in the middle of the night as an apparition of as identity, and you swat at your brother, picked up the axe and swat at your brother and took his head. And ever since then, you've been tormenting campers, you've been tormenting tourists, you've been tormenting vacationers for 1,050 years. It's true. Okay, I don't have... I guess I can't stop you hunters from coming in, right? Are you gonna back away from Hunter's cabin, or are you gonna continue to come in? We're halfway there. We can't turn back. Why can't you turn back? You're coming through the woods. How many locations did you guys build? We built 3 locations in Canada. We built Bob Cage and Halliburton. That sits on the property of Camp Northern Lights. On that lake. We built Wyerton and Manitoulin Island. Okay. So I guess there's no stopping your aberrations from coming in. You guys are going to come in no matter what, right? Yes. So I'm going to ask the question again. Are you headless hunters going to be harmless to us at all? Is there anything we have to do to avoid you? No, you can't avoid us. We're coming in. Halloween. Your Halloween countdown has begun. We are coming in. We are trotting in. The horse footprints that you hear is us coming through the dark woods. Down by the water plantation. We're coming down that road. You do know that with technologies today, hunters, we have a ghost tracking team. With technology that can exploit you of your existence. You do understand this. We can prove you exist. That you've been that your ghosts still roam. You do know that people and houses can be exorcised. Means you can be chased off. If we went to an actual, to what you call an actual true, not a phony, a true priest, your existence will be no more. You know this, hunters. We know. Why would you still continue to haunt? I just asked, I always have to ask that question. I mean, you have it out for me since I was 10. And you stated your reasons. Like, I'm married now to a native person. And what you guys would have been if you had lived a good life. Yes, we know. You've been haunting me since I was a 10-year-old boy. What, you thought maybe I might have had kids and you'd haunt them too? If I had them, I would have stopped you, hunters. They weren't around when I was a kid at Camp Northern Lights. They weren't there just like none of us 10-year-old kids told this story. The story didn't come from us. Like you said, it came from the priest. Why would you not take your anger and negativity out on the Catholic priest that told your story? That exploited you for years. Because the priest bought
He could have tore it down. I heard he sold your cabin. I heard he sold one of your cabins. Is he your landlord today? No, he's not. Sorry. Not for the Byerton area. Sorry. You've got a corporation you gotta go through. And they're not easy. And they don't believe in you. You do know that Halloween is now, even on top of being a spiritual night, you do know that Halloween is now supposed to be a fun night. For kids like us kids you tormented for years at summer camp. Did you hunters ever think that there would be one child that was affected by your story? Yes. That's what we wanted. And why would you want that? Man, like, counselors couldn't handle me. We see you grew out of it. The nightmare end of it. Yeah, I did grow out of the nightmare end of it. I overcame that because I got stronger in that point. I went for professional help for that nightmare. Because at that time, this stuff about you guys weren't not real, about you guys ever coming back. Or, ghost sightings or close encounters were not real. Even today, a lot of people don't believe you even exist. How come you allowed me all these years to see you? Why did you reveal yourself to me? Like I said, you tortured. We went home. We left camp. We ended up going home with a half-empty bus and we started for going to camp. Because campers ran off into the woods to go looking for your cabin. I ran off into the woods looking for your cabin. I found your cabin. I was scared. I ran away from your cabin. I went back to my tent. And then you hunters followed me into the woods. You headless hunters, I came face to face with your horse. You guys showed up in those woods. You tormented me in that tent. And I seen other campers all of a sudden disappearing. I was the only one down to it left in that tent. It scared me so much. There was not a single. I tried yelling out for a counselor. No counselor showed up. And when one did show up, you disappeared. When the counselors tried looking for you. How come the counselors didn't see you? But you allowed me to see you. But you didn't allow the counselors to see you. Because you're special. Why am I special? So what, you can cut my head off? Is that what you guys wanted in those Camp on Lights woods? Were you afraid the priest was going to do something to me? Yes. Okay, what would the priest would have done to me? Did Father Bill Maloney upset you in any way? Or disturb you guys by telling that story? Yes. I have to be honest with you guys. You guys had a very nasty story. I have to admit that was scary. I went home. I'm surprised right now I'm not wetting my jockeys. I did that when I was 10. I couldn't sleep. I went home after that camp. And you guys followed me in my dreams. I felt you guys were still haunting me. We were. We followed you. Like we followed you all these years to Wyerton. We followed you to Brockville. We followed you to Guelph. We followed you to Cambridge. We followed you everywhere you went. Your whole life. Also, too, you said my mom was with you. Why should it matter because she was not a church-going person? Even though she was cremated. Why would you allow her to bring her back spiritually? How do you guys in the spiritual world actually contact yourselves? We have our ways. You do know that I had 2 uncles that I went to, right? Yes, they're with us too. Oh, they're non-church people too. But I never hear from them. I never see their ghosts. I never hear their spirits. I hear you two and her. Can I ask you, is she still upset with Fran? And why? Has she ever forgiven Fran before she died? No. There was issues. What do you mean by issues? They were getting along at the end. Why would this hate still go on? Because something I felt bad for when I was a kid? I made peace with her way before this happened. I telephoned her. After I moved out here, I telephoned her. I apologized to her. We made peace. Fran made peace with her. Why are you horsemen still trying to carry this hate? It's because what we do. We've been wanting you for years. Well, I'm surviving. I'm hoping to survive. I'm still young enough. You know, I got a life ahead of me. Why haunt me? I think Horseman, I think it's time you guys it's time you give up on me. I'm not 10 anymore. I've got a life. I mean, yeah, your story is always going to be a part of me. You know, it's a story I understand that the priest shouldn't have told. And for being an actual Catholic Christian priest, I don't think he should have been telling us kids horror stories to begin with. That's how I got introduced to actual horror movies and horror fiction. Was you guys introduced me to it. When I first heard about you headhunters, that was even before they even thought of probably before Sleepy Hollow hit the movies. Maybe they might have hit then too. Might have been the same time when they started coming out with the movies of them. But I remember it was just the book. But Hunters, I'd like to ask you, how does Sleepy Hollow fit into your story? And do you believe it is a birth off from you? Of a generation. I need to know, is it a birth off from your story of Hunter's Cabin? Because if you look at Sleepy Hollow, it's only one headless horseman that haunted the Hudson River. Hunter's Cabin was about you two twin Indian brothers that haunted the city of Kawartha Lakes and now haunting Georgian Bay. Yes. The idea came from our story. Hunter's Cabin was the first, very oldest, was the very first story that relates, that is now relating, that Sleepy Hollow is related to. Okay, how is it related? May I ask? I need to know. Because Washington Irvin never talked about us Indian brothers. He tried to say that us Indian brothers, we didn't exist. Do they today? Yeah, they do today. But yours was never written down. Yours was never told. It was only told once by a Catholic priest to us kids at camp. Other than that, I went looking for it in any bookstore. I couldn't find it. It was like nobody's ever heard of you. They heard of Sleepy Hollow, but they'd never heard of Hunter's Cabin. You were never published. The movie industry doesn't even know about you. Is there things, the way your story was told at Camp Northern Lights, it was told based on a real identity Aboriginal sighting that actually existed. Means because you sold yourself to one camper, which was me. None of the other campers could see you or hear you. Guys. Can't believe you followed me all these years. I thought you would have left me alone by now. But I'm grateful that you guys ain't giving me nightmares anymore. I'm grateful for that. I got over that part. Now I can actually bring your story a little bit to life for Halloween at least. And share. I'm not sharing it in the way it was told to me. I'm sharing it differently. It's now becoming my story. Because nobody ever wrote about you. I can't even spell my own name, let alone write a book. But if I would publish your story. I would write your story and publish it. But I don't want to I don't want to cross bridges with Sleepy Hollow. Because with you two Headless Hunters, you've been around a lot. Hunter's Cabin has been around a lot longer than Sleepy Hollow ever has, way before the tale of Sleepy Hollow. And nobody knew about it. So do you think the Sleepy Hollow took your story? Yes. Why would you think that, Hunters? Do you believe it was a twist? Is that what you're upset about? You were upset that because I seen you at camp, I go mention this. I would mention that I was affected by Hunter's Cabin story, and it was real to me. Yes. So technically you opened a door. You're not realizing another story was told about you. But differently. But it was a different story that happened in the States that happened on the Hudson River. The Canadian story of Hunter's Cabin was never ever told, but only by that one priest. He never had any paper in front of him. He never wrote things down. He never wrote a book about it. He told the story for the very first time to us 10-year-old kids and every generation of kids that went to that camp. Today he still runs the camp, but he doesn't tell the story anymore. Because you guys started haunting the camp, you haunted me. And because of that, that story was never ever told again. I never made the books. I never made Hollywood fiction. And even if it did, would you think it would be twisted? Or would you think it'd be told? Would your real story be told? It'd be twisted. Aha! Talking to a headless hunter ghost that didn't even have TVs back those days. Probably let alone you guys never had a hydro. You lived in the dark ages those days. Yes. So I'm going to ask you again. We've been hearing your horses trotting your way into this party, this haunted cabin party that's coming up on Halloween. Are you still going to continue to haunt us, and why? Yes. Because we still want you, Gypsy. Well, guess what? Haha, you ain't going to get me. Because I have I am connected to actual, real, true, believing, spiritual people that will end yous. Sorry to say that. You will be yes, your story will carry on from generation to generation, but there are what you call spiritual warriors that will take you out. You do know this. As much as, I respect your story, everything that was told, it's, we want to be able to tell a story without you guys ever haunting us ever again. Like, we would love to have, we would love to keep your hunter's cabin going for tourists for generations to generations, and your story always be told in horror movie, fiction, whatever. We want your story. We don't want yours anymore. We don't want the hauntings anymore. We don't want all this aberration anymore. We don't want things happening.